Hey everyone, yeah, I'm doing this diagonally, as you can see, but I wanted to come out here and kind of give you a bit of I guess you could say a video making or video software making, movie making, basically a recommendation, a software recommendation. This is something I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of, and a lot of you probably have on your computers right now, thanks to Windows 10. What it is that, thanks to Windows 10 and Hewlett-Packard, that is, as well. But what I want to talk about, I'm trying to check something, make sure. I kind of talk about and kind of give a little bit of a recommendation for is CyberLink PowerDirector, but mostly CyberLink PowerDirector 14. Now, when I saw what this was, and I figured, well, the notebook I have allows me a lot more space than I had on the previous notebook. It gives me basically 1 terabyte of in internal storage, along with I think 19, almost 20 gigabytes of recovery storage, as well as I got my external 1 terabyte hard drive as well, my Seagate one. So together I got about 2 terabytes worth of storage. So I'm thinking, okay, at least I have the space to download this stuff that's needed, unlike the other notebook. The only thing that surprised me is, okay, I can understand Realtek. I can Realtek audio updates. I can understand HP internal updates and protection updates. I can understand all those. But what surprised me was a CyberLink. And when I saw this, I was thinking, wait a minute, this kind of looks familiar. So when it said something like DVD CD burner drive, I thought, okay, I might potentially use the CD burner drive. Okay, that's cool. I can live with that. And then I noticed something else. Not only do I have that, but thanks to this update, and this was one of the bigger updates, one of the more major, bigger updates that Windows and that HP, that Hewlett-Packard and Windows had done. Hewlett-Packard had done for any of the computers and notebooks and laptops and all that. Desktops, laptops, notebooks, you name it. It's one of the bigger ones they've done. So imagine my surprise when I looked, when I went to the start menu. Basically, you go to the bottom left-hand corner of your computer, and you press the icon for start. Imagine my surprise when I saw CyberLink PowerDirector. I'm thinking, what is CyberLink PowerDirector 14? I'm thinking, what is this? And it sounded familiar to me, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this sounds like something I used already. And it did, because I had used CyberLink PowerDirector, the mobile version, on this Android, which you people can check. I think there's a few videos I did with it. One video I think that I did with it, you guys can check out. So I looked at that and thinking, okay, this looks interesting. So I click on it, and I'm looking it over a couple of times, thinking, okay, how does this work? Because one of its main features that I've always been a fan of, and that I used thanks to software like, let's say, Sony Vegas, Sony Vegas Studio and Sony Vegas Platinum and all that. One of the things I like to use, and I even think I used this with ULED, was the picture-in-picture. And what that is basically having something that while you're talking about something, you visually have it right next to you. We know that Brian Zane has this. We know that I'm pretty sure, again, we know Brian Zane has it. I know Zara Nizarak uses. I know Zara Nizarak uses something like this. I know that the people that do the reviews for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, you know, have this software here or something similar to it. So to see it on my computer, especially the fact that my computer, age-wise, is about just a year old in existence, practically still new. To see it on my computer, that's kind of a surprise. But anyway, I decided, okay, I'll give it a look over once in a while. And I looked, and I saw that, okay. And I saw that it had a couple of features in it. I have not used all the features yet, but it has a few features that kind of intrigued me. Like I said, the one that really stuck out to me was the picture-in-picture. Because how many times do we like to do a video, but we visually don't have something right in front of us to do it? You know what I'm saying? So, unless we're moving the camera around like this, you know? And to me, this was the perfect opportunity. So I was happy to see that. I was happy to see that it had that option. I was also happy to see that some of its transitional filters for when you want to have the picture or video that you want to showcase side by side with you show up, it gives you different kind of filters. It gives you the traditional 2D filters and whatnot, but it also gives you 3D filters, which is pretty cool. And definitely worth using, especially if you do fan vids, AMVs, PMVs, and all that. So, again, that was pretty unique to see. Like I said, it was pretty unique to see. The other option it gave is when you're ready to produce, not finalize, produce. They call it produce. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to have an option. Like any movie making or video making software gives you an option of different files to use, you know, different video files to use, right? It also gives you the different, you know, like different kind of formats you can use. Like, do you want to go, you know, DVD? Do you want to go Blu-ray? Do you want to go just traditional NTSC, HD TV, stuff like that? Well, this one actually gives you an option that I was actually happy to see. Now, unfortunately, you can only get this option when you use the Windows Media. When you click the Windows Media button. See, when you go to produce, it's got all these different formats you can produce and finalize your video in. And a lot of them, a majority of them, except I think the first one or two, I'll have to show it to you somehow. But the first couple of them basically give you, like, I think the first one gives you that traditional, oh, you can be an old school kind of style, you know, 480 kind of stuff. So you can do 480 kind of stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool, whatever, you know, right? You know, cool, whatever. You can do 480 kind of stuff. So like I said, I'm thinking, okay, cool, whatever. But then as you explore the different file formats, and I was just checking something over there. But as you explore the different file formats, you start to notice that there are other options when you click on them. one of the options, believe it or not, and this is with Windows Media, because a lot of them give you the options you want. You want to have full 1080p HD, either it's by 19 by 20, 1080, 14 by 40, whatever. It gives you that option. However, if you go to Windows Media, if you choose that one, you get an option that hopefully with updates they will put on the other formats as well. And that's 4K. That's right, you get 4K, you get a WMV file, Windows Movie Video file, in 4K. And it gives you the different options, different resolutions for 4K. And of course, the best one is the one you want to use, right? And the best one, and of course, you want the best one's going to be the one you want to use, and it's usually going to be the last one, the last option to choose from. So last night, as a lot of you have seen already, I did a video talking about the fact that the MLP movie had somehow been leaked. Now, with that said, I decided, okay, I'm going to test this out and see how long it takes to render something. Now, I've tried before, and what it is that depending on how big or how long your video is, it'll take time to render and be produced. For example, when I tried to do my updated MLP collection on there, it would have taken about maybe, I don't know, a day or two, according to what it said. No, I'm just kidding. It mostly took about, I'd say about 20 hours or something like that. I have to look again. But it took longer than this did. But on average, it takes about, if you use the best quality of 4K to get what you want. Excuse me while I check something. Okay, I've got about 16 minutes. But if you use 4K to get the very best quality you want, if you want to use the best 4K quality, which is, what is it, 4320 by 2160. If you want to use that, it's going to take longer. Basically, whatever quality you choose, that's going to take longer for your movie to be rendered. Now, will it stress your computer? Maybe, maybe not. That's why you should have an external hard drive on hand so nothing really damages your computer. But then why would HP, along with Windows, I guess, HP Hewlett-Packard promote this as part of their major update that they did for their computer and for Windows 10? Why would Windows 10 and Hewlett-Packard or any other computer that has Windows 10 do a major update recently and include CyberLink? Why would they do that? They would. They would not do that. So they would not do that if they knew that it was going to harm your computer. Thankfully, this does not. Now, I still got a lot to learn about it. It allows you to put music in there. So if I want to add music maybe down the line, as sort of a background or something like that, then okay, fine. It gives you sound effects too. Gives you sound effects too, so hopefully it'll be a benefit in disguise, because I did download Windows Movie Maker offline, online I should say. I did download it through it. I can't remember what the site was, but it is legit. It is the Movie Maker we know, but maybe Give me a second. I have to down that before I go to Walgreens over here to get some change for bus fare. But, you know, maybe this will be a blessing in disguise, because, you know, we all want other creative video making, movie making software options. So maybe this will be that blessing in disguise that we've been looking for. Hold on for a second. Like I said, maybe this will be that blessing in disguise. I'll have to wait to see, but I do recommend trying it out, because I think all you have to do is kind of mess around with it, kind of toy around, kind of give it a couple of once-overs, look it over a few times, and see what you think of it. But overall, I would suggest trying out CyberLink PowerDirector 14. Hold on for a second. But like I said, I would suggest trying out CyberLink PowerDirector 14, because it gives you options that you can probably get with any other software, but I think it gives you more, and it's a recently new one, so I would check it out. But yeah, I would recommend it, because, you know, even though I'm starting to use it just a little bit, I'm still learning it. It looks like it's got potential and promise, and if you want to get your videos in 4K, it gives you that option. Like I said, the only thing is you got to get the 4K option when you're finalizing your video by choosing Windows Media. So yeah, all the other ones I think, except for the first two options. So the first option is still finalizing your video or producing it, is regular 480 NTS resolution, and then the rest gives you the 1080 option, as well as, like I said, with the Windows Media choice, when you produce and finalize your video, it gives you 4K. So that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you think down below. I got to get me some change, and I will talk to y'all later. But I do highly recommend checking CyberLink PowerDirector 14 out. I think you might be satisfied with it. I'm still learning it, and it looks like it's got potential and promise. Talk to you later.